fiscal year, I wanted to bring before the board changing when we have elections as to when we have annual town meeting, because the people who are sitting in the seats on the board now are the ones who are doing the budget. And then we have elections, and you come in May, and we don't, we don't have town, or you were elected in April, is that correct? I don't even remember. But at any rate, it's kind of backwards, so that you're coming in and then sitting up on stage and voting on a budget, but if you didn't come to all the meetings, it really didn't have anything to do with. So I've spoken to Carol Harris about, state law, and she says we can flip-flop that around, and then changing the meetings from Saturday back to Tuesday, because we still have poor attendance, and a lot of constituents have said to me that they really would prefer to have that put back. So I just started reading all the bylaws, and there's lots of changes. There's things that are outdated. There's things that we don't even do anymore. So I'm like, oh God, another wordy project. But there's a company that will go through all of your bylaws that Carol gave to me. I can send that to you. I don't know that that's necessary. I think that, once we can finish this personnel bylaw, I wouldn't mind making that my next project, because Lord knows I love to have projects, right? So I'm just I just wanted to bring it up because there are things that are going to come from from me to you for the annual town meeting that I would like to see changes for. And in addition to that, there are a lot of things that are not right because they're just not worded right any longer. They've just been around for so long. Maybe some of them are not needed. We did away with the personnel board, so I just wanted to give you kind of a, oh, here it is. That's all.
Okay.
I won't have anything for selectmen comments. How about that?
Naming of the new elementary school.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so at the school building committee meeting, it's brought up twice now, and we have a letter here. It is up to, they feel it's up to this board to choose the name for the new elementary school. I did ask for some suggestions to be just brought to you, and then we can discuss it. Templeton Elementary School, it's in Templeton Center Elementary School.
Here's the correct spelling of my name, if you.
Okay, the Bob Markle School. And then, again, we'll have to discuss that, but when I was speaking to them, so the building is owned by the town, but technically, speaking, we are a district. We are the Narragansett School District. We are warriors. We teach our younger children that, and to bring that sense of oneness together to move from those grades, so you want the sixth graders reaching down to the fifth graders and so on. So I would like to see it just named Narragansett Elementary School. The other thing is people take pride I'm from Baldwinville, I'm from Otter River, I'm from East Templeton, I'm from Templeton, so it's just, Baldwinville Elementary. We're not going to have that anymore. There used to be Otter River School. So to really just kind of bring that all together, it's where we are one big community. So that's mine. Do y'all feel they want us to, because they have documents that need to be signed and it needs to be named, that's why they're asking the board to make that decision. Or however you want to make that decision, that's how it was told to me to tell you.
Can we table this until the
Yes,
next
we're gonna
selectment
We would
meeting
have
so
to
we
do,
can all
we
think
would
about
have
it?
to do
We're gonna
it
have to
sooner rather
ponder
than
this
later, but
for a while.
yes.
Can we
So
ponder
if
on
there,
this?
I mean, how would you,
Right.
Yeah, I would suggest
they're
that
not
at our
really
next
having-
meeting, we all bring back our ideas of
What people
what
are
we would
thinking
put in,
of.
and then we put them all on the table and kind of whittle it down and
well, I think you
come
should
to a
talk to
decision.
members of the community
Oh,
also
absolutely.
about how, I mean, again, people have already reached out to me based on, whoever they've heard from the committee. So those are suggestions that were presented to me. Only because I sit on that committee. To recognize you.
I'm on that committee too.
I think that Kate wanted to ask something. What?
You want something on the website about it?
I don't know. I mean, do you want something on the website about it? Where do you want to go with that? It's not up to me. It's just whatever suggestions you have. No problem.
I mean, if we put it on the website and just open it for general, anybody, we may have 1,000 names to
Yeah, we're
whittle through.
gonna have way
you know,
too much.
I think we should just have
And we can
conversations
just
with,
get out there.
citizens. I mean, we could certainly, you know, I guess just because we get a suggestion, we don't have to consider it, but.
Kate?
Why wouldn't you want to hear from the
I
public?
would like to suggest the Stephen Hemming Elementary School.
Well, I think it's premature to
Yeah.
even
No, but just as a,
entertain.
just
No,
throwing it
I-
out as a suggestion. I
Yeah.
don't expect it to go anywhere, but I just thought I'd mention it.
Well, I think, yeah, look, we gotta put this off for a little bit, and
Can we,
Well,
could
if
we
you,
put it
you
on the
should speak to
website?
the superintendent, because there are documents that
Right.
are waiting, and they can't really sign and other stuff, that's all. So,
So
will
can we
talk
put
to
it
him.
on the website to suggest that the voters in the town see a member of the Board of Selectmen if they have a suggestion for the new school name? Rather than say, send it all to us, just have them seek one of us out, there's only 5 of us.
Alicia?
I was gonna say, if you wanna do, real easy, we could get it on like the Facebook page, throw up a quick survey, throw like 5 options with like the names of the people have suggested, and then put an other, and everyone can easily just click,
But
type
then
in the
again,
name that
you're
they
still
want.
getting all
and
kinds
well,
it's
first you
all-
need to
No,
put
I
it
don't
out.
wanna- I
to
really
the
don't wanna
public,
make a
and not everybody
popularity
has
contest
Facebook,
out of
so,
this.
I mean,
No, not at all.
Yeah.
however,
Yeah.
Yeah, just suggest, I know some communities have a bylaw that prohibits the naming of any park or public building for someone who is living.
yeah.
And the reason is, something could happen to that person that would reflect poorly. For example, MIT named a building for Michael Milken shortly before he went to jail for fraud. I know some other universities have done the same thing, so you never know what's gonna happen in a person's life, and if you, you know, chisel it in concrete on the top of the building, it could be a problem
Yeah, you could live to
down the
regret
road.
it.
I just chisel the name out.
It doesn't matter. I mean, for me, it's just how are we going to do this so that we can not table it for a month?
I think we
Well, I
bring it
think
back
we
in
should
2
table
weeks.
it for a month. I mean, it shouldn't just come up and out of the top of your
Okay,
head.
that's, you know, can you talk to them about what they need to sign, and that's what they, I mean, I,
I
it's
will
not,
talk- I will
I did
talk
not
to-
know about this before, so,
I will talk to him.
you know, somebody,
Yeah, because we don't want to hold up the project any longer than.
right,
we
they,
really
it was
need.
brought
It's
to
not
my
gonna hold
attention,
up
and
the
that's why I asked for it to
So
be.
Holly,
That's
can you
the
put it
case,
on the
so-
next selectmen's meeting, please?
Yeah, just keep
On
it
the
on there,
agenda?
it's not gonna kill us to have it as a, agenda item.
All right. All right, Selectmen's Office job descriptions, Bob?
I've done some work on these, I'll just pass them out. In the interest of time, I'll write you a narrative
All
as
right,
to what's involved here,
okay.
and we'll be prepared to
All right.
for a decision at our next meeting.
Okay. Do we have a need to go into executive session?
Just
You
briefly,
better tell her to stop
Just
calling.
briefly?
I wish that was the case.
I have a couple of comments I'd like to make.
Yeah, we're gonna go, yeah,
Okay.
make a comment.
I didn't hear the answer to the question, do we have a need to go into executive session?
Briefly.
Yes.
Okay. Well, let's do, Diane, you have any comments?
No, I'll reserve mine.
Doug?
Yes, I do have a couple. First thing I'd like to do is mention that the Friends of the Templeton Elders are doing a murder mystery dinner at the Legion in May 7th. This is a really good theater group that's doing the play, so if you're available on the 7th, you may want to consider that. Certainly get some copies made and put flyers up. But it's going to be a really fun night. Those are always good things. So that was my first item. Then the second item is I was approached by somebody from the scholarship committee. We have this Masonic trust that the purpose of that trust is to provide scholarships. The select board is the custodians of the trusts. However, we've not issued any scholarships, or at least I'm told, we haven't issued any scholarships out of this trust in 10-plus years. So I want to add that to the agenda for us to see, should we give the custodianship or at least the ability to use those funds for scholarships to the scholarship committee? I mean, they're the people that have already vetted the people that have applied for scholarships. They're the ones that know who is deserving of scholarships. So why would we not want them to use those funds the way they were intended to be used?
Is there a document that says who is supposed to do that? And there must be something.
Well, I was just under the impression that all of the trusts that the town has are under the custodianship of the selectmen. Whether that's true or not, I don't know.
I believe
That's
so,
just what
because
I was told.
yeah, we take that.
I think we just need to do a little research as to if there's any type of restrictions or whatever
Yeah.
that would prohibit that. But otherwise, it's a good idea.
Yeah, because their concern was that because we're not using those funds for their purpose, they're just sitting there doing nothing, and kids can certainly be taking advantage of it.
All right. Julie?
Sounds good. I'm all set.
All right. Couple of
any-
things.
Can I ask Julie a question?
Sure.
Do you have any update on Scout Hall at all?
I do not have much of an update. No, we're still waiting
Anything-
on a few more people to go in there and give us some quotes. And then we're gonna have our next meeting on the 11th, April 11th at 5:30, 1 hour before this one, and then I should have a bigger update.
Okay.
A lot of great ideas coming our way, so
All right.
we're hoping to get it going.
Sorry, John.
Okay, couple of things. This past Thursday, I attended a meeting that was put on by MRPC. They have broken down their region into 4 sub-regions, and each region has a delegate to serve on their board regarding transportation issues. And I was elected to be the delegate for our region, which is about 5 or 6 area towns adjacent to us. And I'm really looking forward to that. I think it will help us get funding for our transportation needs, and also working with the other towns in the area too, to better help them, and also with, with better roads usually comes economic development, and hopefully it's going to be a good plus for the town, and I'm really looking forward to doing it. The other thing I wanted to say was, this past Friday, our middle school principal, Peter Cushing, became Dr. Peter Cushing. He received his PhD from Boston College. Want to congratulate Peter. He's been a tremendous asset to the school and the community, and I've been around and dealing with these things for a long time, and Peter's one of the best I've ever seen. Now, what do we need for, we have to go into executive session for,
Union and non-union collective bargaining issues.
okay. We will go into executive session for Mass General Law, Chapter 38, Section 21.2, to conduct strategy sessions in preparation for negotiations with non-union personnel, or to conduct collective bargaining sessions or contract negotiations. Chapter 38, Section 21.3, to discuss strategy with respect to collective bargaining litigation if an open meeting may have a detrimental effect on the bargaining or litigating position of the public body, and I as chair so declare. We will not be conducting any business once we come out of executive session. So we have a motion to go into executive session.
So moved.
Second.
Second, Diane?
Yes.
Doug?
Yes.
I will vote yes. We will go into executive session, but I just drank a bottle of water.